Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Codex of Adia. Let's get started here. Let's bring the players in. Super excited. Oh, did every... Oh, so nat ones? Jeez.
Hey, get the nat one out right early.
Who knows? You might need that.
I don't know, I'm kind of scared. We're going to be here for 3 weeks. We're all rested and we're going into a precarious situation.
Well, you needed to rest up for it.
I found the information tab. It is roughly 1,200 to 1,500 words, or about 3.5 pages.
That sounds about right. Depends on what you're...
Yeah, depends on the length of words.
Right.
Okay. Shit, I got 3.5 pages.
Just, just take us some inspiration from your character accounts.
Yeah.
Read that into your essay.
I like education. I like technology. Mark is good at teaching. Mark is good.
Yeah, you just read
That's kind of obvious. Educational technology master.
Oh, to get into the program.
Yeah, it's for my personal statement, which is really kind of vague and I don't like it. It's basically, you have to write, it says, write a statement describing your field of interest and the objectives of your educational program and professional career. I find that very difficult now that I figured out it's 3.5 pages. I guess that's the limit, so 2 solid pages should be easy.
And by the time you make an intro, a conclusion, it's pretty much 2 pages.
Yeah, do I just write this as like the chunk? I'm gonna tell you 3 things.
Hey. Simple format is simple.
Yeah. Because the only thing I have to do, this is the last thing I have to do. I got my training.
We'll see if that's better. Okay, I'm unmuted. Oh, I have to unmute you guys. That might be it, Rakana. Just need to unmute everybody. That's all. Does that mean Io gets to regale us with stories of last time 3 weeks ago on Dungeons and Dragons?
I guess so, if I can remember exactly what happened. It's been a while. Well, the last time, I think Io just killed a bear, and then we woke up that morning. Everybody kind of slept in, and then Can woke up to see a dead bear in the middle of the camp. And I think he vaguely remembered punching the bear in his sleep, and he was pretty sure that he had been the one to kill the bear. And Cain, he loves to eat, so he didn't waste much time, preparing to cook the bear and all of its internal organs, including its intestines, because to Cain, those are the best parts. So he builds like a fire pit, and he's having trouble getting the fire started, so he just uses like one of his exploding potions to light the bear on fire, which amazingly nothing else blows up except the bear. He cooks it, and then while he's just starting to cook it, I think Jester goes off into the woods to do a little bit of scouting. Around that time, we start hearing this very loud noise coming ahead of us on the path, and we're all pretty sure that it's a dragon. So there's probably going to be a dragon in our future, so that's fine. Nothing, doesn't really come anytime soon. Kind of listening and waiting to see if it's getting closer. And then we hear a caravan coming down the road. It's going in the direction of where the dragon is supposed to be. Me and Jessica, we kind of hide out in the woods to see who they are first before they see us. Jester's still off doing his own thing, so we don't know exactly. Can tries to hide behind a tree, and Can being so big and all, he doesn't exactly completely hide very well by, standing behind the tree. So one of the druids, I think they go into the woods and they find Can there, but Can, being the smooth talker that he is, manages to BS his way out of any suspicion and pretty much sells the fact that he's alone cooking a bear. He invited them to eat the bear with them, but they didn't really have time to stop. And I think he gave Can a few items. I don't remember quite what they were, but they leave in peace and they continue going up the road. And we're getting ready to continue along the path. And that's pretty much where we left off from last. Cooked a bear, met some druids on the road, and we pretty sure a dragon is ahead of us. And the weapon, the god-forged weapons, and who knows what other powers of darkness may be lurking in wait to seize the weapon for themselves. The end.
Okay, what did Jester have going on? Because Jester had a little bit of a sidebar.
So I wake up, they're trying to get the bear ready for roasting, and finish the method of getting the bear. Everybody's puking because Jesus Christ can.
My food's delicious.
Oh yeah, so I'm looking up and I'm in the woods, dry heaving. I happen to notice a dragon flying over the head, and as it's flying over, the amulet I'm wearing ignites, and I'm like, shit, we gotta go! And Jessica's like, no, we're eating. And I'm like, but we gotta go! And everybody's like, fuck it. And I'm like, fine, I'm gonna go myself. So I go, and I leave a trail of marks on the tree. They start following, but then the whole thing with the people showing up and all that. As I'm out in the woods, I run across some green-cloaked people who, as I'm catching wind of what's going on back at the camp, I think maybe they're with them, and then come to find out, no, these are like out-of-game, hand-canting dark elves that are going to kill us all. Thank you, fucking Craig. That's kind of the main part. I'm still off in the woods, apparently. The caravan then moves on, and these dark elf wood watching people are making note, and they're kind of moving off with them, so things could get pretty ugly pretty quick. I did not engage. And that's kind of where he left off.
Okay, and the caravan just kind of like talked to the party, and gave Kane some shit, if I remember correctly, and then started moving on. Correct?
Yes. I did get shit.
Okay.
And these Waywatcher people seem to be tracking them, but I haven't figured out what their actual interest is.
Okay, that's where we'll pick up. So you've got.
And I think I might have still been invisible also, because I took the potion.
Yeah. There we go. Now I can see Kane on my screen.
Oh.
Yeah, you were still invisible. That duration probably has quite a bit of time left.
As long as they don't attack or anything.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's where we pick up. The caravan has just let off. Let's get some mood lighting. It was just morning. This all happened just about dawn. Oh, it is. I just had to change mine, I guess. Okay. So, the caravan starts to move north, and Kan and Io are just kind of staring at each other as Kan's holding some swag that he got from the caravan peeps.
So I go to, as soon as they like start leaving, I'm next to the bear. It's where I left the guy. Like I walked him back from wherever we were. And that's how I coerced him to get back there, feeding him bear. But and then I'm just gonna eat some of the bear. There's some things that probably aren't charred to a damn crisp right now. So actually, what knowledge is it to see if it's fried to crap?
Survival check.
Okay.
Oh yeah, it's well done.
All right. I basically, there's the logs that we put it on. I'm just gonna try to flip the bear off the fire. Cooked meat. It can go on the ground.
Alright, so as Kane's doing this, Io's standing there, kind of looking out with a blank Io look on his face as you guys are standing under the tree cove, and lights, coming through the canopies of the trees, and every so often a little bit of black wisps of smoke boils off of Io's skin as the sun touches it. What's Jesse doing? She has
I can't hear you.
muted herself.
Muted?
Chris, you muted yourself. We can't hear you.
Yeah.
Yep, you hit that line mute.
Hello?
There you go.
There
We
we go.
can hear
Okay.
you.
Yeah, sometimes my mic decides to be dumb. I was kind of actually just like following along with Kan, since he seems to have like diffused any possible terrible situation.
Yeah.
So I was like kind of following him, kind of letting him do the talking, which sometimes was a very shocking to me, because when you first meet him, he doesn't seem well spoken. But yeah, I'm just kind of like following along, and asking. I'm like, is there any other good meat on there that's not too bad?
I'm carving off with the buck knife that the druid guy gave me. Just everything from like one of the back legs, like those rotisserie things they have
Yeah.
on the spit. I'm just carving the entire thing off and making a pile. I point down and go, "This is the good meat."
I thought the good meat was the intestine.
I'm obviously not telling them that.
I walk over and grab a piece and just kind of eat a little bit.
All right, as you're chewing on the very burnt bear bear leg, chomping down on it. It seems a little gritty. You look over, and Io has this like very far away look. He's standing very still. So Io, this is the point where you have that little moment. And he's just Io standing incredibly still, and he's just like peering off to the west, unflinching.
What's happening? Oh! Oh, yeah, I missed that at first.
That's brutal.
I couldn't help it.
Okay, that's funny.
I couldn't help it since he said "well done," and whoever posted that thing of the different steaks in the last one, instead of saying "well done," said "Teldrassil."
Oh, because I don't think you can see that typing very well on there. Honor just asked me if she's confused. Kayan wrote out of character on there saying this bear tastes like Teldrassil.
Speaking of which, anyone want to hear an awesome out of character or out of game Teldrassil joke? How do you fit 1,000 night elves in a car?
That's
One in the front, 3 in the back, and the rest in the ashtray.
oh, that's just too soon.
Oh my god.
That was posted in one of the communities that I popped into for horde leveling, and I was like, oh god, I was dying laughing for like a solid 30 minutes. You guys are terrible.
I'm waiting for the stream to catch up on that, so Anna.
As I was just staring away, I'm still breaking down the bear, and the more well done like jerky parts I am storing in my pack.
Okay. A good couple minutes go by, and then Io, you come out of your like moment.
After having this moment, I just kind of like continue to stare out blankly, just trying to process, what just happened, and then just not completely paying attention to what they're doing.
Okay. Well, as Io's gathering himself, Sif is breaking apart burnt deer jerky, or sorry, bear jerky. Chris is gnawing on a bear leg. What is Jester doing?
What are these elves doing? Are they following the caravan, or?
So the caravan is starting to move towards your position where you and the elves are. You're probably a good, I'd say a 2 minute pace ahead of the caravan, and the two hooded figures are continuing to move east, staying ahead of the caravan, and looking back and continuing to sign back and forth.
Does it seem like they're? I don't know. I'm trying to figure out if these guys are like the scouts ahead, or if they're like prepping to attack the thing. Then there's also the part of me that doesn't give a shit. So I'm gonna go traipse them back off the direction that dragon went off to.
Okay, so that would be, the direction you guys were going, and the way this caravan is moving to, up into the mountains. So you guys, you're going across this path that winds up with the stream on the Misty Mountain map. So the dragons flew up to and disappeared out of your sight at around here. So
And this,
you can tell you guys are a good distance away from wherever this is or whatever it is, as well as you're assuming that you would have to get past the mountain range to the next city that was denoted on that the little arrow pointing this way back at the crossroads, a day's travel back.
and then the where the horse is, like where that ravine is, that's where the caravan's going.
Yes, correct. So that's kind of that ravine where the horse is. That's kind of like your pathway. So it's the unbeaten path of what was, this area was probably once a completely forested, but it's been deforested, and where this stream has kind of like dried up and goes up into the mountains. That's kind of the path.
Got it.
So this isn't something that's close. This is going to be more travel and journey.
Correct. Do you have geography? Or knowledge nature? So to climb that terrain and to get up in that area in the hill is probably going to be another day and a half of traveling, as the terrain itself is not super easily passable. Outside of the path, however, you guys don't have any horses or carts or anything.
Apparently, I don't recognize this, so I'm going to keep going.
Yeah.
Because the amulet went all glowy and stuff, and these guys are heading in that direction. So obviously, it must be close.
There you go.
So Jester continues moving to the east.
Yeah, and east of our drawing is technically like the north, right? Like going up is.
Yeah.
Okay, got
Yeah,
it.
for sure. So
I'm like, he's
Jester,
running off to the right. I'm like, you little bastard, don't you go in the forest.
yeah. So
What could go wrong?
Jester is the second arrow, and the caravan's up where the square and the party's like back there.
Yeah.
1 second, pizza time.
Pizza.
I
Just
broke
ate, but hearing that pizza scene was making me hungry.
I'm just so happy I can do this now, not sitting on my bed.
Yeah, having a desk is infinitely better than sitting on a bed. I did that for a month when I first got here. And it's terrible.
Last time we played, I feel like we were in a different room with you, Io. Did you switch where you put your
Yes.
computer?
No, this is a different room. When we last played, I was in a different place, and then now I'm in a new place. I've been here for like 3 weeks.
Oh,
the first
yeah,
time we
okay.
played, I moved.
So this is your own place now.
Well, this is a house, but I have like the whole second floor to myself.
Oh,
But there's
okay.
another guy who lives here who owns the house, but he's not going to be here for a month, so it's like having.
Okay. But you have your own stuff now, so you're not, your own furniture? Or is it furnished?
It's furnished, but like it's my own sheets, my own just pieces,
Okay.
but everything else is mine. Or except for the decorations on the wall.
I am impressed that you make your bed.
It's just because it's on stream.
Yeah, exactly. It's like like 10 minutes
okay.
before D&D,
I sat
maybe
on my
should make
bed with like piles of shit all
for
over.
stream.
I didn't care.
I know. But I'm the type I was like, maybe I'll just
You were just
push over
worried
the
that our
windows.
one fan was going to see your unmade bed?
I know. That's exactly what it was.
Secretly judging you from
Yeah.
beyond the internet.
The whole world judging.
Yeah, she'll judge you. It's okay. Cause I'll tell her to.
She wouldn't judge Aya. I mean,
Maybe.
On the contrary, she would only judge you.
See?
Oh yeah.
I was used to it.
Alright, I'm back.
See, look in Twitch chat.
Oh no, I'm not in Twitch chat.
Is there hardcore judgment going on? Oh, the judging. So Jester's kind of keeping up with these guys, and he's gonna be right back. So Kane gets done salvaging what he can out of the charred up bear jerky.
Yes.
And by that time, Chris is still not trying to digest the bear meat. And Io's still just kind of standing there looking super confused. But so everything's pretty normal, pretty cash. So once you got that all put away, Kane kind of realizes for the first time now that he's kind of got that bear taken care of, everything's going good, that Jester's nowhere to be seen in sight either. So what do you guys do now?
I'm gonna get up and put away the knife, put away everything. I look over at the other two, and I see Io still staring off him, like off towards the mountain. I yell at him. I go, Io, is that the way we're supposed to go? Like, just like because he's been staring there. Io broods at me asking him a question.
No, your question just completely goes in one ear and out the other. Still deep in thought and foreboding look on his face.
I look over to Jesse. I'm like, has he been like that for a while?
I thought he was normally like that, but hard to tell.
I shrug and I go, true. And I go and I walk over and I put my hand on Io's shoulder and say, friend, is that where we need to go?
And when he puts his hand on my shoulder, I just kind of like snap into focus, and I kind of look at him, the surprise look on my face, and I'm just like, yeah, that's way is east. That's where the dragons are, and that's where the God forged weapon as a and then it's like as soon as I say that, I just kind of like stare down and then go back into my own thoughts.
I look over at Kane and I say, I never would have thought I'd be wanting to go in the direction of dragons.
As Jesse says that, as she finishes that, I pull the axe off my back and I just hold it in both my hands. I go, me either, and I just start walking with it, like, knocked on my shoulder, ready to go.
Walking east?
Yeah, walking east.
Okay.
No, walking away.
But did Io go back in? Did you go back into a trance, or did you like start walking?
I'm not really in a trance. I'm just like unusually quiet and just kind of.
Okay, but are you walking with us?
Yes.
Okay. But yes, I am also
Supposed to be out of
walking.
character.
I am walking with both of you. I kind of stick near the back, just to, especially with Io having issues with that whole night-day thing and stuff. So no one lags behind. And then I kind of look around and I'm like, "Where's Jester?"
Yeah. And as we get about 20 feet, I stop ahead of him. I look around and I go, that's a good question. I didn't see him after the tiny, nice dwarf man left.
He's always taken off.
I point off into the woods off to our right. I go, maybe he's still in there. He knew to go east, so maybe he's going east.
Oh, probably.
He was also
And
the one leading us.
I know he's really wanting to get a hold of that sword.
Yes.
Out of character, I totally can picture you traipsing, by the way. Okay. That was all I need to say.
And as I'm walking, continuing down the path, I go, he usually disappears and then comes back when he needs us.
So as they're getting back on the path and getting going, and they're having this conversation, does Jester move with those hooded figures, like keeping up with them still, or does he just continue like hauling ass east, like starting to climb the mountain solo?
Solo. I don't want to be near them when my invisibility falls off. I played enough WoW to know that's a bad idea.
Fly, you fools!
Oh god, just recently I've found that out multiple times today. So is Io really out in the open?
He's not really paying too much attention to where he's going. He's
Oh.
just kind of following the rest of the party, Kane and.
I would say that we're all right here. We were all hugging the tree line. I don't know how we got moved to the other. Was that you that moved us?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
assume that we were still walking
Okay.
in the shady tree line because
Yeah.
bright daylight is bad for Io.
Yeah. I'm about one tree. Like, I've got like a one tree barrier between me and the road is what I'm trying to keep. So I can still have eyes on the road and not be deep ass into a forest.
Alright. So, you guys can see about a good, just out of your line of sight, you can see the caravan starting to move up into the heavier wooded area, making an ascent up the trail. And you can hear echoing throughout the Valley-way, you know, like, whoa, get those horses in line. We've got a long way to travel. A little bit of this, you know, the horses starting to make the climb up the mountain trail, so definitely just a little bit of a ruckus heard for all. So are you guys gonna keep pace with them? Are you gonna stay behind them, or what's your plan?
I mean, I highly doubt that I could keep the pace of a freaking cart of horses.
Yeah.
Oh, Kane's pretty fast.
Everyone, hop on Kane's back. We've got about come on. No, I'm just like doing like a lovely brisk walk. I'm just hanging out. They gave me stuff. I don't need to stalk them. It's my mindset. I'm good. I'm walking. I'm not like slowly walking. I'm like Kane walking, which is I don't know what that's like, but it's fast.
Long strides.
Yes, long stride.
Yeah, I walk, but then like every once in a while, I'll like, you know, fly a little bit, you know, above the ground, just because, you know, if my legs start getting tired, I kind of just and then get back down to walking and stuff, just to keep me from getting too winded, I suppose, or worn out.
Oh shit! Is Katniss really in stride?
I've uploaded a picture of how Kane is running.
Oh god,
I hope. Why isn't it working?
That's awesome.
Stupid GIF. Hate you.
Oh yeah, it's not moving. So
I know.
Can you really be a GIF?
I was like, let's see if it's the link address. Is that what I need to copy? I don't know what I need to copy anymore.
Don't even know what's happening.
Exactly.
Is this real life?
Jester, make a spot check. All right, you have lost sight of your elven friendly people.
They've lost sight of me too.
All facts. So, faced with the decision of literally starting to climb the mountain, would Jester run up like the mountain through the trees, or would he try to be more close to the path and less on, you know, the scree or the side of the mountain? So I guess what I'm trying to ask is, does he go up the mountain this way, or does he stay closer to the path this way?
It seems like those watchers were keeping pretty close to the road, so I think I might actually try to go up the mountainside.
Okay.
But still, like, and I've got the illusion thing going where I'm dressed like one of the watchers, so if I'm wearing green, I should probably not stand out too bad against the mountain.
You're invisible. You're still invisible.
Oh, well, in that case.
Yeah, that shit's gonna last for a while. Let's see what we're dealing with here. Did you still have it in your inventory? Yeah.
No, I don't know if it was actually.
Yeah,
was it there?
Yeah, it's in there.
Oh, because I think I had more than one. Now that I think about it. I don't know if it actually said anything.
So it's gonna last for like 10 minutes.
which in comparison to the travel time probably isn't that long. That's why I'm kind of like, yeah, let's not be standing next to.
Yeah. So like pretty much as you're starting to move, that's when it would like start to be wearing off. So
Skills. Yeah, I'm gonna try to stick closer to the mountain rather than on the path.
okay, that also gives you a nice vantage point potentially.
It's a good thing I got decent climb skill.
Jesus, holy climb skill. Yeah. Normally it would be, a little bit treacherous with a little bit of the scree and the loose dirt as you're going up the side of the mountain range. Most people would stick closer to the actual trail, but Jester's having no issues like traversing the land almost as if he was a ranger. Apparently, Jester has woodland stride.
Well, he has spent an extensive amount of time in a foresty area, so
Okay. You want to make a hide check if you were trying to like not be seen or conceal yourself as you're moving up the hill. All right, so 16. Got it.
and I'll do a spotty check to see if I can keep some degree of tab on like the caravan and all that too.
Okay. Yeah, you in all honesty, you've lost tabs of the caravan and everything just because the as you're looking down. So let's move the arrow. Jester's probably about right here at this point. And we'll move the party up a little bit. Yeah. Probably up here as Io's brooding. And the caravan is like coming this way. So like, and unless you get out of like the underbrush or once you get higher, like right now you're just seeing tree line and like the canopies of the trees and whatnot, and it's shielding you from being able to see the caravan.
But vice versa, so I'm okay with that.
Also, looking as you take that moment to look for it, you kind of look back on where you knew like you guys had slept, and you don't see anything. You just see the open road with just wheel marks and the dirt of the trail.
Country road. Ooh. Sorry. Yeah, I'm continuing. I know with Jessie in the back that she's gonna keep Io in check, so I'm not worried about slowing down or anyone falling behind. Because
Get my whip out.
Jessie would yell at me and like let me know like, hey, he's brooding and has stopped moving, so I'm keeping pace. Doing my stuff.
What time of the day is it?
It's just about an hour or two after sunrise.
Yeah, because when we cooked the bear, it was when they showed up, it was morning.
Has Io taken out his umbrella of safety?
Io's shady shades.
Yes.
Well, I mean, I'm still in the tree line. Then it's pretty shady, so I don't think I have it out unless we're out in the
Okay.
path.
All right. Well, I kind of keep a check on the skyline and all that stuff because I know we're not going to want to get slowed down too much. So, in case he is not really focusing on that, I kind of keep an eye so I can like prod him to take out his umbrella.
I was just thinking before I took off, didn't I actually come back to the camp and say, "There's dragons in the sky and we gotta go," and the amulet's acting up, and yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I know because I think Io's character heard the dragons too, so we definitely know about the dragons.
I was breaking down the bear, and then when I was done, I looked up and you were gone. That's all I remember. I had bear on my mind.
Bear was always on my mind.
I got 99 problems and a bear ain't one.
Alright, so some more time passes as you guys get to going through. You're traveling up the mountain. So about an hour goes by. You guys have made it to the point where you're just like looking up the ravine and the pathway, and you can tell it's cutting up into the mountain. And you know there's been some deforestation to keep the path clear, but it's pretty narrow. It looks about the same width. Traveling up the mountain, and there's some water going along the path, and little streams as you know water has made its way down the mountain naturally on this cut path. So about an hour goes by, and you guys are kind of like staring up. You're starting to going to start your climb to traverse the traverse the mountain as I drop my knife. At this point, Jester has made it up to about here. So Jester, can you do another climb check as you're starting to get to the point where you're getting to the top of this, and you'll have a nice vantage point.
So Craig, oh shit!
All right.
Craig, do me a favor. Just drop that knife again, and that's the sound we hear. Oh shit!
So Katniss or Jester is speeding along. You're getting into the rougher part of the scree as you're getting to the top of the mountain, and as you're running up with full confidence because you've been traversing in stride with no issues, as you get to the topper part that of course is looser dirt, Jester's just in a dead tilt, and he loses his footing, and he literally just like feet come out and he face plants directly into the dirt and does a couple rolls back about a good 15 feet, and his back lands promptly against a tree as rocks and scree come sliding down around him, and just like his face gets covered with soot and dirt.
Did this make a lot of noise? Was this enough that we could hear it?
DC 20 listen check.
Okay. Hold on. Get to the right.
Ah, so close.
Shit, fuck, God, fuck.
I hear mass amounts of profanity, but I'm not able to think who it is.
He is pretty far up and pretty far away from you guys.
Yeah.
Just waiting to. Io's too busy brooding to listen.
Yes.
Let's see if Jesse can
That's
hear
what-
it.
exactly
Oh, there
what
it is.
going
I was
to
having
say.
a hard time finding the, you know, even though it's in alphabetical order,
Ooh.
I listened the hell out of that.
That is exactly Jester.
So yeah, up the mountain, you literally hear everything: the tumbling, the cursing, the smacking against a tree. You can hear the scree running down. You have a pretty good idea that almost for sure that was Jester, and you know he's probably about a mile and a half to 2 miles above you guys, up at almost the top of the mountain, and he must have just tripped because he's such a nimble guy. But you just hear the reverberating cursing going throughout the mountain range. Also, as this, you hear some of the birds that have been scattered out of the canopy top as Jester's back made solid contact with the side of a sturdy oak. You also hear the flapping of wings directly above you. What sounds to be like larger wings as well.
I kind of like call up to Kay and I'm like, well, I know where Jester is, and I kind of point up to where all that sound came from. And I'm like, well, we know he's going in that direction. I'm sure we can catch up to him, and if he keeps doing that.
I look back at her. I go, it sounds like he might be hurt.
Yeah, which I mean, we should probably head that direction just in case.
I nod and I kind of pick up the pace to, rather than my speed walker is kicked in, my inner speed walker. I actually put the actual GIF in to Discord, so that's how Kayan is now.
Oh, I need to look. I need to see this now.
That's how Kayan is now running. That's low
power
profile
walking
sprinting right there.
Oh.
Yeah. Now imagine a barbarian with the loincloth.
So
Yeah.
I don't want to know.
Yes.
Yeah, I just pick up the pace a little bit with that news.
Okay, so are you gonna tear through the sides of the forest up towards where Jesse said Jester was, or are you going to continue on the path?
I'm continuing on the path. I'm honestly thinking that he's just quicker than me, so he might have been following the path. I'm following the path.
Makes sense.
He's covering himself with dirt.
Yep. That's what I was thinking, like he hides, Jester like quickly shuffles to hide behind another tree, and he just like covers himself in the underbrush and the dirt and gets real low and like gets real quiet, and takes him a moment to like control his breathing as he's kind of like frantically looking around, and then eases his heart rate, and he's just like looking around, and all you see is a whole bunch of like squirrels and small woodland creatures like running the fuck away as this huge like sound of cursing and disturbing of the land has just befalled upon them.
But no dragons, right? That's my concern. I'm like, oh fuck. Dragons and woodland elves, not a good combination. You died!
You see no dragons. You see no humanoids. You only see furry woodland creatures and lots of trees and lots of underbrush and lots of rabbits, lots of squirrels, and lots of dirt all over you. Just dirt everywhere. Okay, so Kayan is just like power walking up, continuing along the roadway. Is Jessie doing anything else, or does she continue to just follow sulking Io?
Well, I'm kind of prodding him along because Kayan sped up, and I wasn't going to like get us like to fall behind and get separated in any way, because we were already separated enough with Mr. Wanderer, who would just take off. So, and I figured all of us in groups by ourselves are probably going to, be bad things and die.
Yeah.
You can make commentary if you want, but as I recall, I tried to get you guys to come. You're like, no, I want to eat bear. So it's not entirely just, oh, Jester's a lone wolf and he does his own thing.
Oh my god, how often do you have a chance to get to eat bear?
I want to make a comment, but I kind of need our person at the front of the line to be sitting in front of us. Or sitting at the desk.
I mean, he's gone. Did you see that GIF? Like, that boy's like half a mile ahead of you guys already.
So how can we keep up with that? It's like ludicrous speed.
I've got a comment ready on what I'm gonna be doing next here, but the person that I need to talk to.
We're waiting for it.
Who put that on?
Damn it, that wasn't the right part of the song.
Is that supposed to be what we're hearing in the background as our party travels along? Because I think that would cause us to look around strangely.
Yeah.
Oh. Now I can say my thing. I kind of yell up to Kayan again, and I'm like, Kayan, and I like point up, and I was like, it's a dragon, just right above us.
Yeah. If she points up and says dragon, I'm looking up to see how far away this damn thing is.
You point up and say dragon?
That's what Chris said.
Okay.
Or Jesse, whatever you want to be.
I'm assuming. Wow.
So
Okay,
at this
I made
point,
assumptions.
At this point, Kayan's probably like 5-6 rounds movement ahead of the party as he's just like too fast, too furious, too fast for y'all, man. That's what I was going for. But he's like 5-6 rounds ahead, and he like I imagine Kayan like stopping dead in his tracks and looking back. And as Jesse's like pointing up, there's nothing above her.
Oh, okay. I misread what you typed.
Yeah.
To me.
I basically readied, as soon as she points up and says dragon, I readied the axe that was on my shoulder, like full on battle stance, staring up.
I'm gonna put it this way. I heard the flapping of the wings, and we had like seen one before, and so I just kind of assumed because it was just the sound.
Yeah, so I ready everything, and I just stare up at the sky and see nothing, and I'm like, where'd it go?
And I kind of like, oh, I thought I heard something. It sounded like it. Huh. I kind of like just like look around for a second, and I just don't see anything in the sky.
There's nothing in the sky.
One cloud.
I kind of like furrow my eyebrow, and I'm like, maybe I was just hearing something. And so then I continued on and continued prodding Io.
I start walking again at the same quicker pace, and I put the axe again, just like resting on my shoulder, and I'm like, at least Kayan was ready. Kayan can be ready for dragon. Like my own little self mantra as I'm walking, but it's obviously out loud.
We all see that?
Yes. So coming up the mountain pass, there's a rider on horseback, and the horse is just like hauling ass along the trail, and it's...
I kind of ready myself, just in case.
I need an apple. that knocked the fruit out of me.
Are you saying that Jester's fruity?
Green Jester needs food badly.
Oh man.
I love those damn games. Red Warrior, your life force is running out.
So the horseback rider makes no effort to slow as he obviously sees the party, and as it's coming up, or as he's coming up, you can tell it's a humanoid in a black cloak, and it's he's on the back of a taller horse. You guys haven't seen the likes of this horse in the stable. It seems a little bit larger than what you've seen in the towns.
Horse like Kate.
Horse like Caden. And it's just hauling ass. And eventually, as you guys are kind of like turned back looking at it, the rider passes you guys, and the horse is just at a full trot, and you can feel like the wind brush over you as as the rider passes you going up the trail.
I stop. Like I kept walking. Like it was just after Jesse yelled. I have the on my shoulder, and I heard Jesse get ready. As I look back at the sound, and as the horse goes past me, I look back at Jesse. I go, "He must be in a hurry. He didn't even say hi. The other people said hi to us, and I offered them bear. He didn't even want any."
And he was coming down from the mountain?
No, going up the mountain.
Okay.
It's a popular tourist attraction. Everybody's going to it now.
They'll be coming around the mountain.
I kind of say, like, not like super loud, but I don't know if Kayan would hear me, but I'm like going, everybody's gonna get there before we do.
Especially me.
You're in the dirt.
No, I took a breather.
I know.
Dusted myself off. Made sure nothing was broken.
It was Kane. Kane would still be laying on the ground. Kane wouldn't even started climbing.
Can't knows better.
Yeah. So after it goes past us, I continue at the same pace, but I'm assuming within minutes it's out of eyesight.
Yes. Just up the mountain trail, just like within a minute or two, you can't see the horse rider anymore.
Are we still hearing it? So like, I meant like, since we're going up a mountain, are they like switchbacks, or is it like a big mountain trail, like more straight?
It's more straight.
Okay. So I was thinking if it was switchbacks, like we'd be hearing the damn horse going up the entire time.
No, it's exactly as the picture. So like the pathway was probably like a natural created ravine, and then the trees were like deforested to make the pathway wider.
Like right up here is like where my line is kind of the path.
Yeah.
Okay, you got it. I'm just. Okay. March on.
To bear. All right, so you guys are marching on. Does Io pick up the pace at all, or is he at his brooding speed?
He is keeping up with the rest of the party.
All right. So about another hour goes by, and the terrain starts to get a lot more, obviously, like hilly. So your travel speed is obviously slowing down as you're moving up in altitude. By this time, Jester is no longer climbing. About an hour goes by, and Jester has made it to right here, this rock. So Jester, you're looking around, and through the canopies of the trees, you can't really see any part of the path except back into the valley area. God damn it! Come on, Arrow. So like back down in here, where there's not as much tree cover. So from your vantage point up there on the top of the mountain, you can see. Where is? This will be fun. Jester. Boom. So you're able to see like the canopies of the trees, but not necessarily the path itself. And you can tell you're a far way up, couple miles, if not 3 miles at this point, from the pathway down in the ravine. And around you is just incredibly still and quiet. There's not much animals up here at where you're at in the altitude either, and you could tell that it's significantly colder. You've noticed probably a 15-degree drop in temperature, if not more. So you're a little bit more frigid than you were down in the ravine and down in the cover of the trees.
Is it like reaching a hazardous level, or is it
No, not at all.
chilly?
It's just chilly. You can't see your breath yet, but it's chilly.
Oh, okay.
Oh, baby Sif returned.
Baby Sif!
Baby Seth.
There's more people.
You say hi?
Hi.
Aw.
You wave? Wave. Wave to them. Do it. Stand
So
up and do it.
adorable.
Here. Wave. Wave.
What?
Say hi.
Yay!
What's your name?
Hi!
Baby Seth.
Can you say baby Sif?
Hey.
Yes!
Say baby Sif? He's got half of it. Can you say Sif?
Well, just see it.
Sif. Can you say Sif? Can you do the Hulk face? Can you do it? Can you do it? Fine.
Yes!
Oh, poop face.
Yep.
So when does he turn 2?
December.
Nice.
Oh my god, baby Sif is so big.
And he's the size of a 4-year-old, right?
Yeah. At least a 3-year-old.
Devour the world.
We went to this wedding yesterday, and they had like the little ring bearer, and he was all cute. They're like, "Oh yeah, he's almost 2," and I'm like, "Oh shit!" Like, I was expecting his size. So I'm like, "Oh, that's nice! Yay!"
It's gonna be as big as Kane.
Oh yes. Yeah. Oh my. Oh my. Okay. We are still moving. I have slightly more baggage now. This is the bear meat that I picked up earlier. It's alive.
Quite animated.
Wiggly bear meat.
I don't think that's the part that's well done.
Do you want to play with the Rubik's Cube?
I mean, having Baby Sith on stream should like bring in all our fans to the stream.
We'll double our audience to 2.
It should definitely increase our ratings.
Yay, the audience of 2. It's real life.
Hey, we have 6 people in the audience now.
Yeah,
And-
but I'm one of them.
Yeah, 5 of them are us, and 1 is Bricana.
Yeah, it's true.
Audience of 1.
But the numbers make it look bigger.
Yes,
That's what she said.
just an illusion. It's like pleats and pants.
So,
An illusion. What are you hiding?
Shut up.
That's
Yep.
giving me PTSD. Stop it.
Kane is continuing up the mountain. I had to retrieve this thing. I just want to make sure that's still my MO. What are you eating? Oh, you broke off one of the damn pieces. You're about to eat a Rubik's Cube? Dumb little bastard.
No! I'm supposed to eat
Yeah.
the Rubik's Cube. That's not how you solve it.
I give you one thing to play with. You're
You
trying
had-
to eat it.
Had one job, not eat everything.
Here, what else? You want to play with these papers that are all crinkled up? These are 3D printers that Denny wanted to buy. Oh no.
Oh, is Broken taking a smoke break?
I think he is, yes.
That makes sense now. Here. You want to play with this Rubik's Cube that you can't break? Here, play with those.
I don't know, one time you can't break it, that's a challenge.
I know, he probably will, because he's twisting it. They spin. Yeah. Try to break the... Yeah, there we go, just spin it, here.
No, what if he solves the Rubik's Cube?
Here, I'm going to mix it up, and if he solves it... This is proof, this is mixed up. I do not own another Rubik's Cube. I will give it to this child. Solve it.
If it does, that'll be
Makes
scary.
you smarted? Did you mean smarter, Rakana?
Oh God. All right. So does Jester continue climbing the mountain?
I do.
I love it. Can you make another climb check and tell me what you got? If you're at the computer.
20.
Oh shit. You continue expertly climbing the mountain with absolutely no like mountain hiking gear. You're just like bare hand climbing the side of the mountain. Shit, maybe he needs to take a level as a ranger at this point. Jester's so like
There you go. Yeah. And we're still walking, if you're wondering.
okay. Yeah, you guys
And we're walking?
walk.
And we're walking? Are you our tour guide, Sif?
Yes,
You're in the front, and
This
we're
is a tree.
walking?
this is also a tree. Keep up now. Do not get lost. I will lead
Exits
you.
are not in the front, or the back, or the sides.
So about another hour goes by. Jester has made it to the very top of the first part of the mountain as he's expertly climbed freehand. It's as Jester has been climbing. Jester, you notice that the temperature continues to drop, and you can see your breath.
Sif, are you gonna solve a Rubik's Cube? Holy balls!
He just messed it up a little bit, so it was easy to fix. I mean, he doesn't like it was truly randomized.
Well,
It was solved, he just messed it up.
I couldn't even do it then. I'd probably just end up messing it up more.
If you can remember the pattern, it's pretty easy to
the fastest I've ever done.
I have never solved a Rubik's Cube, so I can tell you I had no idea what the pattern is. I've made one side the same color one. No, two sides. Two sides.
Yeah, I discovered I could take the stickers off as a kid.
I solved it.
sound exactly.
The kid's throwing stuff in the office now.
Oh, he's
I
just
love it.
throwing. Well, yeah, I noticed you were having a hard time holding on to him.
Yeah, you can hold him for about 5 minutes, unless he wants you to.
But he's like getting stronger than you now, right?
Well, not stronger, but it's hard to hold him. It's the torque, right? Like as he gets taller, the lever gets longer and it gets worse.
right?
Yeah, it's about the level.
Yes, he's getting strong. Yes. Yes.
Oh god. And as he does his Hulk face.
Yes, do the whole face. Do this. Hey, buddy. Do it. Or do this. Hey. Secret.
Yes.
He'll chase the dogs doing this. Like a very creepy man. Yeah, play peekaboo. Where's Isaac? Where are you?
Yeah, peekaboo.
So much as Baby Sif causing random chaos, and the office of Sif. Yeah, you, buddy.
Hey, you want to hear the one word that he can't say? Can you say bears?
It's so cute.
Yeah. The most feared thing in D&D, he just says all the time.
Bears.
So as you guys are moving up the mountain, I'll move Jester now that I'm back
I
at
already
the
moved.
computer.
And then you went that
Justice on
mountain.
top of the world.
Yeah, so Jester is promptly on the summit of the top of the mountain, looking down with the vantage viewpoint, which we'll get back to Jester in a second. You guys hear a loud crashing ahead of you guys up the trail. And
Oh,
you see
no.
you see a large light like go off, kind of like a it sounds almost like a bomb going off ahead of you guys, and you hear the crashing sound of thunder from up above, and there are no clouds in the sky except for a fine cloud line up towards the top of the mountains, like probably at Jester height.
Am I watching a storm brew below me?
So, Jester, you're looking down on the trail and you see clouds below you, and you can see your breath. And as you pause, as you've just climbed the top of the mountain, you're looking down and you see a sharp bolt of lightning manifest out of nowhere into the tree line, and you see a large explosion of light down about. Let's move our arrow. Maybe. Down about right here. You're not able to see exactly what's going on through the light clouds and through the distance, but you definitely saw a large lightning bolt go off, and like think of a globe of darkness, except the globe of light just explode, and you hear loud crashing echo throughout the canyon.
So we all heard that.
Yeah, you guys you hear birds flying up and flying away, and you heard this loud crashing that's echoing throughout the canyon area, and as you're hearing animals scurry, you also hear the crackling of thunder up ahead, and then you hear a loud boom or explosion as that goes off, and you just see this blinding light. Io reflexively kind of like dips back into the tree line as these rays of light just explode out of nowhere and then evaporate. Yeah, kind of like that. And he ducks behind a tree, and you can see like the tendrils of shadows like pinging to life around Io. Like, yep. Like trying to wrap him in a cocoon of streamers of shadow as he's hiding behind a tree, and the light just as quick as it appeared, it disappeared. And you almost swear that you feel the earth itself move underneath you.
I felt the earth move.
Everybody make a balance check, DC 10, except for Jester.
Can I just actually float up off the ground?
Sure.
Okay.
So
Kid is about to fall on his face.
Literally! Holy crap!
And that's terrible.
Love
Not
that.
just a nat 1, but a -1 to
That's
the
a
nat.
-1. That's yeah. That's how that works.
Kane,
He fell through the ground.
Could you roll a d6, Kane?
Absolutely. I will roll as many d6 as you
Can
want.
I just choose
Oh.
to try to teleport away from the ground?
Although, hang on. Did you say balance or reflex?
Oh, balance.
Oh, okay.
Just trying to
That's
keep their balance. So the ground literally shakes with the force of an earthquake. So as this happens, Io, you said you shadow jump.
Yes.
All right. So Io, you call upon the darkness, and you end up jumping like 5 feet further into the trees. As the ground you could tell has been displaced underneath you. And Jessie, as this happens, wills her ring, and you see a green aura come around her slightly as she hovers up above the ground. And as this happens, like the ground shaking, and Kane's feet come right out from underneath him, and he just like pile drives his face into the ground. From a standing still position, he takes 2 points of subdual damage as your nose is flattened in the in the path walkway, and your axe falls off your back as you're laying there dazed, trying to recollect yourself as you're flat on your face. And as that happens, Jester, you can literally see the trees, the tops of the trees, you see them move back and forth. As if anybody has knowledge geography, feel free to make a knowledge geography check.
I do
Knowledge
not.
nature work?
It would be specifically knowledge geography.
Yeah, no.
No base intelligence check for it.
Okay. So, but with that said, you literally see the trees move back and forth as the whole ground has been moved. Everybody hears screams echoing throughout the basin area here.
So not just where, or not necessarily where they are, but elsewhere in the valley below.
You can't tell from where you're at. You just hear screams echoing throughout the valley.
Oh, okay. Well, that's not good. Oh, sound effects. Like, somebody's mic is like way open. Oh, okay.
Am I making a bunch of noise? Because I know I've got this fan.
No, it was literally Craig was playing an earthquakey sound effect.
Oh!
It took me a minute to figure out what was going on. Like, wait.
I just hear a bunch of noise and I figure Io's typing.
So mean. So I'm gonna buy a keyboard that's supposed to be like completely and utterly silent. Everything. It's really not that loud. I mean, it's a very nice keyboard. It's ergonomic.
No, it's really loud, dude.
It's not. Just sound loud. It's see, it's nice. It has a wavy pattern to it. It's
I think
very-
that's the crappy one I have at work.
This is not crappy. This is very nice. Very nice.
I have one that matches the color on my my mouse. It changes colors.
That's cool.
I have a Dell keyboard.
I bet it's very nice.
It is awful.
Come on, Sif. The game needs a good keyboard.
I do have these. Look at these. Focus.
Nice.
Oh, is that? Oh, do you have those on your keyboard?
I have 2 of these. I own 2 of them. That's it.
Oh. Did Baby Sif eat the rest of them?
No, they only gave us 2, and I wanted to get a whole entire keyboard of Valiant keys. But they wouldn't give me them.
Oh, that's a groaner joke there, Rakana.
Yeah. Yeah.
So-
So I recover myself, and I crawl to my axe and stand up using my axe as a crutch, and I look back to only find Jesse there, and I'm like, what was that?
I don't know, but are you okay?
I just wipe the blood off my face. I'm like, there's nothing. I go, where'd Io go? Pointing back to her because.
Oh, I'm like, well, the light was so bright, he kind of shuffled off into the side of the forest there, and I'm like, Io. I call out for Io.
I kind of shadow jump back near Can and Jesse.
I look at him. I'm like, "Are you okay?" Because I know that was pretty bright.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm okay now. But
Okay.
we should get ready. It's almost time.
It's almost time. Okay, can you explain a little bit more?
The whispers of the void. The dragons are up ahead, and things are about to happen. So I just put it simple as that.
And I looked over at Ken. I'm like, see, I knew there was dragon.
And I'm like, I don't think if I told you everything, I don't think you'd believe me, or if I told you, but the whispers, I hear the whispers.
It's too late for me to say, I'm not gonna believe something is happening. The shit that's been happening to us has been pretty fucking weird. So,
It's about
I'll
to
believe you. Weirder? It came out of pods. That was pretty weird. Anyways. Okay, well, I'm ready. Is Kane kind of standing with us still, or did he continue power walking?
I am standing. I just stare at Io. I go, do we need to move quicker?
Yes.
And then I just haul ass. As soon as he says we need to move quicker, I haul ass up the hill.
And I'm shit.
Still staying near the path, but full old school cannonball run.
I kind of yelled ahead before he got too far, and I'm like, make sure you don't get too far ahead of us. And I kind of start moving quickly as well. Are you moving quickly, Io?
Oh well, I guess talking to party, saying that we need to move quickly, and Kane just takes off without me further explaining things, and I kind of try to tell Kane that he should probably not rush off like that because he's not of the void, and it could be dangerous for you to continue.
But I hear Io saying these things, like warning me as I'm running, and I just yell as he says this. I go, "Then you better keep up to help me."
And
Running my ass down the road.
and I look over at Jessica, and it's too much of an effort for me to yell, as Can runs off, and I was like, you guys should probably let me go first from here on out. It could be bad.
I looked at him. I'm like, well, with Kayan moving like that, you told him we need to go fast. We better catch up then.
Yeah, we definitely should do that.
Yeah. So then we take off.
So is Jesse running at this point? Like, I'm confused. Green Lantern
Yes, well,
is
I
running
thought
behind the cannonball?
Well, I was going to fly, but I was getting I'm trying to make sure the other one is bang.
Yeah, I mean, if she's in a hurry, if she's flying, then I'm just like shadow jumping from tree to tree, trying to catch up with Can.
Okay.
Okay, that just made me think of Super Troopers. Do you think I'm a kitty cat jumping nimbly from tree to tree? Sorry.
I'm not drinking milk out of a saucer.
Sorry.
Okay, so what's Jester doing?
Well, is the amulet indicating which way to go?
No, it's just softly, like throbbing with your heartbeat, like that glowing green color. It's matching your heart rate.
The thump.
Does that mean we're here? I start looking around. I'm like, can I find it?
It's hilarious. You don't see anything around you, except the clouds and the snow-covered top of this mountain. There's a light padding, maybe about a fingernail's depth of powder/snow on the top of this mountain, and you're kind of realizing that for the first time as it's getting a little bit harder to breathe. And you're definitely seeing your breath, and as you're frantically looking around like, did I find it? Like, you're noticing that the heartbeat of the amulet, one, it's matching yours, and two, you're noticing that your breathing's a little bit more labored, as at this point you're 3 miles up from 3 miles up from the path, but like 4 or 5 miles up from the canyon floor of where you were earlier this morning.
I can see Faroon from here. So from this vantage point, can I see like the town or ruins or whatever?
So from that vantage point, go ahead and make a spot check. Yeah, so you see the clouds and tops of trees, and you see the other mountain directly ahead of you, but you'd have to like climb down, then climb up to get to essentially up here. As you're scanning down, why won't you draw? Do I not have permission to do that? Did I lock it? No, I locked. I have to unlock.
I'm gonna drawing. It's gonna get bad.
Huh. Can you guys add an arrow onto the map?
Yeah.
Can you add one for me, Sif? And I'll just move it. It's not letting me do it on my other screen.
Let me darken my color a little bit.
There we go. Thank you. Alright, so right there, as Jester's looking around, you see, as the trail's winding up, the sides of the mountain, you see, what you can just make out from there is what looks like a horse just hauling ass up the mountain.
By itself?
You possibly, but you can't tell from that vantage point and that adjusted 9.
Okay. So a critter is moving.
Yeah. You surmise that it's a horse because it's in a dead gallop.
Well, this is the direction I was supposed to be going, so I'm going to start going down the mountain, I guess.
Yeah. Facts. Okay. So as you're doing that, go ahead and make a climb check. Let's see if you make it down the mountain quicker than you anticipated.
I was just gonna say, how quickly am I going down the mountain?
Oh shit.
However fast I fucking want to.
Yep. With perfect skill. Alright, so you're making it down the side of the mountain as our party is hauling ass up upon the way. Let's see. We're going to insert y'all.
Don't you insert me?
Oh, you'll like it. So putting you guys back on the previous map. So I'm assuming Io is hauling ass still in the tree line. Jesse's probably flying.
Yep.
Can's moving, hauling ass. So you guys come around the bend, and you come upon kind of the same, pathway, whatnot. We'll reuse the same map for simplicity, and God, we love sheep. But as Can comes running around, you see the caravan. You've caught up to them. However, what you see as you catch up to them is the caravan is in ruins. It's been shattered into pieces. And there are the 2 elven bodies. We'll move them over here. It's not really in the same formation. They're now bodies, so they're bloodied. And the one over here is in 2 pieces and is on fire. The horses are dead. And you see the bodies of the 2 dwarves that were up at the front. They're face down in the dirt, not moving. There's multiple weapons laying around the scene. Axes, swords, and some bows, but nothing is moving, and the cart where it's A is literally broken into like 5 or 6 different pieces, and it's on fire.
So only the dude with the 5-foot mark next to him is on fire?
He's in half. So he's
I
in
said he
2
was in
pieces.
half and on fire.
Yeah, he's on fire too.
Okay. It wasn't enough to rip that one guy in half. They had to light him on fire too.
Yep.
Do I see the dwarf that I talked to? Is he the one on the right or the left?
The one on the right.
Okay. And do I, coming up on him at this dead sprint, I'm assuming, as I'm running up it, I'm looking at it, and I'm still hauling ass.
Okay.
Until I get to about here, and, recognize that it's him, and I, put the skids on as fast as I can, and, hold my hand back to the others that are running behind me.
I stop right here.
And I point, as I stop, I point to him, I go, "That's the dwarf that was nice to Can, but didn't want bear meat." what happened to him and his friends? Like, I'm just like pointing out the obvious carnage that ensued.
This must be what the bright light was.
The light off of the burning, whatchamacallit, the burning wagon, and little fires that are around the area. It definitely looks like like a bomb had gone off and torn the thing to pieces, but you're having problems like trying to narrow your vision and see anything else around the area because your eyes keep being like you have to squint to avoid the blinding light of the fire.
I'm going to use my touch sight to see everything, if there's any creatures in a 60 feet radius.
Okay. Can you draw a 60-foot radius circle around your character?
Hold on. Hold, please. Which button is that?
Right click and go to the arrow and then use the circle.
Oh. Go to the arrow. Use the circle.
Yep.
Oops. Let me delete that. I'm learning.
No, that's fine. Just
Oh,
do it
no,
out to
I
60
can move it.
and
Okay.
And then you can throw it on yourself and then expand it out to 60.
Oh, how far is six? Okay, so each one is 5,
Each one is
right?
5.
Okay. Okay.
It should tell you. So if I moved your character so you could see.
Oh.
Yep. There you go. So you don't see any living creature within that sphere.
Except us.
So
Yeah.
Ida, you jump out and you cast Create Water.
Putting out the fires, particularly on the wagon and stuff, just casting it since the fires aren't very shadowy friendly. There might be something salvageable.
Okay. So you cast Create Water and you throw water onto the caravan. As you do this, you step closer to it and suddenly you feel like an extreme pain on your legs. Io is currently unable to move as you have just stepped into a giant bear trap. Go ahead and roll 2d6.
Ow.
So there's a large-sized bear trap right under Isla's feet that opened up and caught him, and it goes all the way up to his knees. You're caught in that giant bear trap. It does 8 points of damage as it cinches in on your legs. You've successfully put half of the fire of the wagon out, but you're now caught in that. And everybody else, like, they hear Io, like, you two hear Io hell, and, like, absolute pain. Like, just scream.
Ow.
So I ran over to the guy.
Okay. Give me 1 second.
And I'm guessing he's dead as a doornail.
Yes, he's dead as a doornail.
But also, with the 18 on the heal check, am I able to see like how he died?
Yes. So he has magical wounds. It looks like some kind of magical explosion hit him in the chest and ripped a large hole in his chest.
Okay.
His organs and his bells are right next to him. Cool. So he's pretty effed. Io, you currently have -8 to all rolls. As Kane's like searching this body, and Jesse's like looking around. This sense pings off in your head, Jess. And as Jesse looks up, you see this like 7-foot tall humanoid, like flying above Io's character. It's got a 6-foot wingspan, and its wings are floating above it. And you see it hold his hand out, and a pillar of light just comes down from the sky, and it's literally like encasing Io. Like
My jaw kind of drops, and I looked and I go, I kind of yell at it, and I'm like, "What are you doing? What are you doing to Io?"
So that's why
Sorry,
Io's suffering -8, because he's literally in a pillar of pure light. Io, your fast healing also is not working. So think of the druid spell, like, you know, the boomkin spell that stops people from casting. That large pillar of sunfire, that's what Io is kind of in, except it's pure sunlight.
Trying to figure out what I'm doing.
Give me a second. Make him visible again. Yep, so Jesse, as you yell at him, you see the creature look back at you, and like his skin kind of starts to glow a gold color, and your like arcane like senses just like flow in, like go into overdrive, as you could tell there's some kind of like crazy magical barrier that he just activated around himself as this 7-foot tall humanoid is flying above Io, looking down at him.
That I kind of well, I like float up in the air, and I kind of move just a little bit closer, but I just kind of like, stop what you're doing right now, and I'm like, you're hurting him. Oh no! Oh, that's why you were commenting on my comment.
Now you get it.
Yes. That's so funny. You're probably like, wait a second.
The creature turns back towards you, Chris, as you're flying. Are you flying level with him or below him?
Level.
Okay. Says, state your intention. Are you a creature of good, or are you a creature of darkness, like this fool?
I'm I'm pretty sure I'm a creature of good. Because I kind of like stopped at that. But I'm not a creature of darkness, that's for sure. But he may be all dark and stuff, but he's not bad.
Yeah, she said.
Just because he's dark-skinned.
The creature's voice gets very low, and very like, very baritone as it turns back to you, Chris, and it just it looks you dead in the eyes, and you can see its eyes are also glowing pure gold as you got closer to him, and he's staring you directly in the eye without like much of an expression on his face. He's holding one hand out, as you could tell one hand is controlling the pillar of light that's on top of Io at the moment, and he looks back at you and he says, "The darkness will not win this day. Are you a friend or foe of the darkness?"
I actually don't know anything about the darkness personally. I just know that was our friend and is our friend. But no, because I was like lost for words because I was so like there was just so much going on that I was like stumbling over. But I'm like, I'm not a bad person. He's not a bad person.
Roll initiative.
Yeah, I knew this was going to happen no matter what. So I never said that my character had a crazy charisma or anything. That's not where stuff's lying. Where's my initiative button? There it is.
Oh god, who put Hellborn in the channel?
Who put Hellborn in the channel?
I have the power. Who gave Hellborn power? Oh.
So the creature is looking you like dead in the eyes, like just staring you down, waiting to see what you do next.
All right. Hold on. Oh, hold on. Let me get back to my actions. Where'd it go?
Oh God.
Let me try. You know, I am first going to create a wall of exoplasm around Io.
Okay. Are you saving Io?
It happens pretty much every D&D episode.
Yes, because I feel like every fight we get into, it starts with something happening with Io. So yes, pretty much that is my answer to that question. Let's scare it. Yeah, I'm just putting a wall around it to see if it, that could block the light enough for him to get out of there. Or no, wait, he's got his foot caught, doesn't he?
So, yeah, so you throw this glob around him, and you're currently in a glob. You're not suffering the -8 from the light. However, you're still stuck in the large-sized bear trap that's clapped against your knees. So you're not able to move, although you're not, like, feeling that pain of the light. You are like heavily disorientated right now. Like someone just kicked you in the balls twice. Like, not just once, but twice for good measures. That light that's around you, like the second that goo from Chris goes away, like you're going to feel the full force of that light, like pinning you down again. All right. What was Sif? Was Kane gonna try to do something?
Kane wants to help friend.
Yay!
Kane, roll initiative.
Since Crazy Angel person doesn't want to address Kane.
I can, obviously the person that talks.
Kane will interject himself. So, yeah.
Can Kane make a will save?
Yeah.
So after Chris has done this, the creature's like wings wrap around him and he starts to fall a little, but the wings stretch out and he flies straight up into the air, another 60 feet above where Chris is hovering. And Chris, you see him reach behind his back, where at first it looks like there's nothing there. And he, as he moves his hand forward, you see a great sword appear that just seems to be like made completely out of shimmering light. And you see him like point down to Kayan as Kayan's like getting ready to move towards Io. And you hear a resounding, like, low guttural voice just bellow throughout the canyon, and he says, "Stop!" Kane's currently under a command spell. He's held stiff, like hold person. It's Chris's turn.
Oh, well, that's fun. Alrighty. Oh, come on. Move. Oh, Chester. Okay,
Chester hears
I-
thunder
I-
rumble through the valley.
I decide to attack. So I use my because since Io is right below, I can't do anything that has cone attacks, and I don't want to injure him more. So I'm going to use my ever popular mind thrust. So which currently has the will DC of 18, but I'm going to throw some power points on that because I have a feeling that I want to get a good roll on that. So I'm going to add, let's see, let's say, let's say eight power points. So that increases it to 22, a DC of 22. And then, yeah, that's a lot of damage. Let's see if it happens first.
Rakana, you're my witness. You saw the roll. So,
That means it's bad for me.
you don't hit. Do you move? You thrust your mind and extra power into this creature, and you just feel it fizzle and not connect home. Does your character move?
Oh, my character move? Yes. That's always a good thing to do after you attack and miss. So I move to the, I move like kind of quickly, kind of like flying over here, just kind of like moving, kind of like semicircle around to kind of just move.
How far are you flying off the ground?
Oh, probably 5-10 feet right now at this point. I'm not being too far off the ground.
Okay.
But I kind of move towards the, what is the tree line, kind of try to kind of obscure myself just a little bit. Because, if I'm all green and glowing, green trees and all that.
All right. Make an opposing grapple check.
Okay, well that's fun.
Oh, gee.
Grapple. Where is grapple? There you are. I grappled the fuck out of it.
Nice.
That's what happened.
Holy shit! So here's what's happening. So the creature had went up another 30 feet into the air, so it's 60 feet off the ground. It takes a straight nosedive at Jesse, and it reaches its arms out as if it's gonna grab her and throw her into the ground as he's flying towards her. So he flies directly like a missile at Jesse and grabs her by the shoulder, meaning to just pile drive her into the ground. And Jesse, you just overpower this creature and flip him as he makes contact into the ground. And you are holding onto this creature and got him pinned down as the two of you have made a 5 foot deep crater in the ground around you. And Kayan, as he's standing there magically held, you just see this sonic, like, this super fast movement of the creature, and then the trees around you guys are literally bent back, and leaves go flying as you hear this, like, Dragon Ball Z supersonic boom as Jesse just plants this dude on his back, driving him 5 feet into the ground into a little DBZ style crater. And even Jester, 4 miles away up a mountain, can hear this sonic boom go off.
Sonic boom.
So that's you, Jesse. You've got him pinned. So where he, like, came to grab your shoulders, you grabbed his arms, and you've got him by the shoulders, and you slammed him into the ground, and he's in a crater, and you're on top of him.
So, are you... Okay, that's just where it ends?
Yeah, that's where it's at right now. It's your turn.
It is my turn now?
You've got him
All
grappled. Right. Io's stuck in a glue gob and bear trap with a pillar of light, and Kayan is held person for another 13 rounds.
All right. Let me see here.
What kind of will save did I need?
Okay, hold on. I have an idea. But I need to look at this here real first. All right. I am going to do swarm. I'm going to, like, fly back up into the air, like, facing down. And then I'm just going to do swarm of crystals, which has no saving throw. And I'm going to throw, let's see here. Let's do, I want to do some real damage, because it says for every additional power point you spend, this power's damage increases by 1d4, because it's already 3d4. So I'm going to add maybe 10. I'll do 10. I'm gonna use like 10 power points.
Should I? No, 10. Done.
10.
10, a fucking 10!
Yes.
That's gonna be a perfect
20.
clip, by the way.
That's what?
That's gonna be a perfect clip. I'm gonna 10.
Yeah. So that would be 13 die 4, please.
Okay.
Of damage.
Go ahead and roll 13 die 4.
All right.
Do it.
So I think you should be able to.
Should I just do 10 and then 3?
Hold on.
If you select the 10 and then right click 3 times, it'll give you 13.
Oh. Okay.
Oh no. I don't know no, that didn't do that. Oh, I see what's happening. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, okay.
It should be dead.
And I'm
Oh, no, it's
I'm
not.
like just like screaming as I'm doing this.
So what is the spell effect? It's shards of glass.
Yeah, it's a display as material. So yeah, it's swarm of crystals. Thousands of tiny crystal shards spray forth in an arc from your hand. These razor-like crystals slice everything in their path. Anyone caught in the cone takes 3 die 4 points of slashing damage, and then I added the one, all
Yeah.
the PowerPoints.
All the
Damn.
PowerPoints.
Kill
So
it with fire.
the shards just like you fly straight up and you manifest all these shards and scream as you throw it directly into this creature, and it's laying there looking up at you, like unable to move from the hurt you just put on him, and then all these shards hit into him, and it's like he's caught in a hail of bullets. His body's just like reflexing back and forth as all of the shards bury into him, and you see multiple shards just like sticking out of his skin, and he's bleeding profusely. So a couple seconds go by as he attempts to he rolls over to his side and stands up, slowly, looking up at you, and you can still see the blood pouring down from the shards still sticking in him and just pouring down his chest, and his eyes, he blinks a couple times and you just see the pure gold of his eyes as he stares up at you, and he says, "We can end this now. Do not make yourself an enemy of my people. I don't wish to harm you. I wish only to harm the evildoer."
He is not an evildoer. You may do not judge someone by the way they look or what they are, but by the deeds they have done. He has not done anything bad. And I kind of wanted to say, but made poor choices, but I didn't want to make this worse.
So really time to qualify that.
Yes.
The creature.
It always is. I'm sorry.
It's awesome as Jesse's yelling this at this guy as he's standing fully up now and his wings flat back out, and you see shards fly off his wings, and he looks up and he matches Chris's tone, and he's just looks at her dead in the eye and says, "He has chosen the wrong side of the coming war. The darkness will not win."
Well, I don't know. He wants to help us, so I don't think that is as bad. But he hasn't done anything bad towards anyone.
The creature smiles. You see him reach behind him, and he pulls out this, out of thin air, materializes in his left hand a tome, and he starts flipping through pages, and you can see the hint of gold on the sides as he's flipping through the pages, and he looks up at you and he slams the book shut, and as he does this with one hand, it dematerializes, and he looks up at you and he says, "Nope." He has done wrong. Do you side with him or do you let him stay?
I'm not going to let my friend die.
He says, "I am not here to kill him. I am here to make sure that he does not get to the coming events on time." As
Well,
you guys are
what's going to happen?
As you guys are having this dialogue, the creature slowly, its wings flap and it float, and he flies directly up so that he's looking at Jesse directly in the eyes. And the two of them are kind of floating in the air, circling above the crater in the ground as they're yelling at each other / talking in their face. Jesse's ring has sprung to life, and now she's covered in this green aura that's all around her as she's floating in the air, as this other creature's wings are just keeping it aloft and they're circling each other. And the creature says he picked the wrong side. It's been a decree that he means to envelop multiple worlds in darkness.
I am quite sure that's not what he wants.
He follows the Dark Lady. He listens to the whispers of the void.
Well, yeah, but I don't. I kind of feel like that he's being like a double agent because he's helping us, and he doesn't happy about like all the darkness stuff. So, I mean, he's really moody all the time, so he like it. It just kind of happened.
Says you. You do
I'm
not
like, he
understand
died
the
twice.
As Jesse says this, he's like, you do not understand the complexity of the war he's put himself in. Do you even know where you travel on this day?
That is a very valid point.
Says, do you even remember the last time one of you touched the Codex?
No. I don't remember a lot since I woke up. And I just said this honestly.
As he stares directly into your eyes, he says, I have sympathy for you. I have sympathy for all of you creatures and all of your kind that have lived this long and have made so many mistakes. And now it is on you that the fate of not just your world, but other realms are also in your hands. And you take not the sense of urgency that it is.
Well, I feel there's a sense of urgency, but I like saving people who are in need. And I've been helping people who are in need, and so has my friend over there. He just fallen on a couple of hard times, and I think he was just trying to stay alive. And yeah, his choices may not have been like the A plus variety, but you know, we're trying to make sure he stays on the right path, except if it's sunny.
The creature looks at you as you're floating circles, and his wings push him back so that there's now like a good 5 feet gap between the two of you. And he says, I am compelled to follow through with the orders. If you remembered your life, you would understand, Ancient One. I offer you a choice. Your friend stays here in penalty, and you let it be, or we fight to the mortal end. What do you choose? Can make a will save.
Me?
Can.
Oh.
Will save!
Can's able to break free. And depending on the choice that Jesse makes, we'll see what happens.
This is awful.
That needs to be a capture also.
That needs to be a meme. Like, I swear to God.
Well, you know, you've got someone listening who's doing this. There's apparently already a clip I'm supposed to be watching, and I haven't opened it yet.
Oh, Rakana, you're amazing.
So, well,
it's about to go down. Does Jesse throw down, or does she let this happen? What does Jesse do?
I cannot be an asshole to my friends. I do not. I don't abandon. You can facepalm all you want, but I don't have any sort of bad thing on my alignment. Thank you very much. Out of game. So quit your facepalming. I see it over there.
I'm good. I'm just thinking of next moves. I'm good. Can's good either way. We're good.
Oh yeah. So and I'm like. And I kind of turn to it and I'm like,
real.
all right. I'm like, so you do want to die then? Because I will kill you.
Shit's about to get real.
Oh, snap.
If you lay a hand on my friend again, I will kill you. You've seen what I've already can do, and I can do much worse.
The creature nods and stares Jesse like eye to eye and says, "You have chosen your side. Even if you fall me today, your side has been chosen. You take side with that of the darkness." And he says, "Give it your best shot." He chooses to fail initiative. So Chris and Sif, go ahead and roll initiative to see who gets the first action.
I blame Io.
So as you're rolling initiative too, Sif can and flies into a rage, and at the hearing of like Jesse going to throw down with this thing, Kayan flies into a rage and he breaks the command hold that had him in check, and his anger and his need to defend his friends flies him into a rage and into action. As soon as we know what Jesse's initiative is, if she gets to go first,
yes.
or if Kayan does.
All right. Oh.
All right. It's Kayan's move first. This creature, they are both 10 feet off the ground, and they've been flying around in a circle. And then as this transpired, the creature's 10 feet off the ground, and he backed off as they had this conversation. So there's 5 feet in between them. I'm going to add an additional little circle here. We'll call it the 5 foot square of Jesse fucked up a solar.
So, and describe what is happening to Io.
So Io not only stepped in a bear trap.
Yes.
So he's in a large-sized bear trap that's got him like to his knees, so he can't move. There's a large pillar of light that's coming out of the heavens that's enveloping the whole 5 foot square that he's in, and he's not able to move. Chris has put him in like a cocoon of goo to stop the light from hurting him. That's eventually gonna fade, but he's unable to move at all. So if you attempt to help Io, you're gonna have to break him out of the bear trap, or you've got a full round movement to take a shot at the assailant.
I have something I want to do,
Well, you should do it.
and I'm gonna do it.
This usually followed by, it might be a bad idea.
It's not a. This is not a bad idea. I just want it to work. That's the thing.
It's a great idea.
I see Io struggling. The first thing that I do, like I just waking up from this and like crazed thing. I see the pillar of light. I see him in like the goo, and I think that's like saving him from the light. And I see the bear trap and all this funky stuff. I prep one of my potions.
Okay.
You hold your tongue for this moment.
How did I
Prep one of my
say?
potion, and I don't know if I can. Can I drag something into the an item into the chat box? Can I do that? We're gonna see if I can. Can I do
What
this?
can you do? What?
I was gonna see if I can just drag one of my items into. There we go.
Oh shit.
What's this?
Oh, gee.
You're gonna throw a potion that creates a globe of darkness,
Yeah.
aren't you?
It's gonna create a 20-foot veil of darkness
I
around
like the
Io.
sound of that.
Holy shit. Io's gonna get in on this. Yeah. So, if you do that, yep. Alright. So, as he does that, like, that would envelop Io in supernatural darkness. It would cancel out the light spell, since it's opposing forces. And Io, you would be able to shadow jump.
And as I do that, I like ready, and then I already had the axe at the ready, so I just take that, and I just imagine myself in a rage, just ripping it off the side, throwing it at him, and then starting to sprint towards, like, just readying myself, probably over here, like, just getting in line with the guy.
That's so fucking epic.
It is epic.
I
So,
will
like-
roll into initiative.
Yeah, and I'm going to try to shield myself behind some of the structure that's of the broken down. I don't know where the 5 pieces are, but I'm guessing the horse can be one of them. I knew this would
So
come
this
in handy.
is totally one of those
No way.
instances where you thought it was going to be a story moment, and the party is literally going to fuck up an
Kayan has
angel.
portable
Just saying.
darkness.
There was a time when I thought this would be a stupid ass idea. And then today happened.
What did you think was a stupid idea?
Learning a darkness potion.
See?
I'll roll initiative.
See, we both, I apparently knew something about Angel was happening,
Shit.
and then,
See, I had just thought that Io could save my ass if I covered myself in darkness.
I can do lots of good things.
But little did I know that I would save his ass in darkness.
Bless you. Alright, so Io is literally gonna go next. That's ridiculous. So yeah, Kayan goes into a rage, like he's got the red, like just a red glow about him as he goes into a rage, and he just like takes off sprinting, throwing his darkness bomb right on top of Io. The pillar of light disappears, and the creature in front of Jesse kind of looks over, and you see a real confused look on his face, and he slowly shakes his head back and forth as he doesn't take his eyes off of Jesse. But you can tell he's kind of like the corner of his eye watching Kayan sprint across back into the fray. Io, you're in a bear trap. Go ahead and heal 2 points as your fast healing kicks back in because you're in darkness. And what do you do?
Well, since I'm in a bear trap, the first thing I do is use a standard action to shadow jump out of the bear trap.
Alright, where are you jumping to?
Not too far. I want to stay within the circle of darkness for the time being, since getting out, or you an action, so I don't go too far out of the darkness. So I'm at the edge of the circle of darkness.
Wow. Interesting. Okay. So then now it's Chris's turn.
all right. Let's see here. I'm going to, hold on, gotta look at this just to make sure. Okay, I'm going to do my mind thrust, but I'm going to add 12 power points. So that's, I'm going to add 6 to the DC, so that makes it 24.
Dang. Yeah, no. Fail.
You failed it?
Yeah. Roll damage.
All right. Oh.
Great.
Okay. So that is
I was going, how many power points?
12.
PowerPoint.
So it'll be 13 again.
Clap? Can you clap? Yeah.
They sell.
3, 4,
Knuckles.
7, 8, 9, 10.
Yeah. Give thumbs up. Can you do the thumbs up?
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11,
Turn it this way.
13.
Close.
Okay.
Whoa! I
There
think
you
he's
go.
dead. Pretty sure he's dead.
Can you say uh-oh? Oh no!
Holy fuck.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's dead.
Can you do this? Can you go, oh no?
I think he's like vaporized into like tiny bits of dust.
Oh man. Can you do this? Can you go, oh shit?
I really love this spell, by the way. And it's a level 1 spell.
Yeah, so that's pretty insane damage.
So you see a whole bunch of fluid just fly out of the creature's mouth and eyes as it flips backwards and face plants into the ground like slowly picks itself up into like a hands and knees position, and its wings are like straight up in the air, like as it's attempting to like not be prone, but it's on its hands and knees.
Oh
That's right, buddy.
So, but not dead.
No, it's not dead.
Not dead. Oh, gee.
And I kind of looked down at him. I'm like, this is your last chance to back off.
Watch him heal the fool or something.
Please, can it be my turn? I want to clip some wings.
And then, oh yeah, let me do my thing.
Clip him,
I
clip him,
am,
clip him.
and I yell that at him, but that's the end of my turn. Wow, he's got a lot of health.
He is an angel.
The creature slowly picks itself up and looks up at you and says, "Well played. Well played. I've never met such a formidable mortal."
Doesn't seem to be worried. That's scary.
And he looks at you. He continues looking at you for a couple more heartbeats, and he says, then he looks down to the ground, and you hear him just mutter some words under his breath, and you hear him in his low voice say, "I call upon the blessing of Helm himself to defeat the allies of the darkness. Reinvigorate me with the power of your light."
Yep. It's
And you
like
see him
Argus all over again.
And he snaps his finger, and a rush
Half the
of
world.
light just pours down on him, and you can see as the light hits him, like the dirt just melts off of him, and the blood stains from the crystals just
Of course.
dry up, and the crystals themselves fall off, and he kind of like sparkles in the sunlight as that light dissipates, and he looks up at you and he says, "Are you sure?" Referring back to your threat, and he says, "I have powers on my side that are beyond your comprehension, mortal."
And I kind of like looked at him and I'm like, well, that technically was only a fraction of mine.
Oh, gee.
So he's grounded right now, right?
Yeah, he's standing on the ground, but he just literally cast the heal on himself.
That's cool. It's wing clipping time.
Clip his wings.
Clip them wings. I can't. There we go. I gotta move this thing, then I can drag him. Child. Child. I'm trying to kill an angel here, buddy. Gotta give me a second.
Again, another beautiful clip opportunity.
That misses.
Yeah, no.
Yes, Chop. Yes, my child.
DC 21, DC 29 for IO.
My turn. Okay,
DC 29, protection against evil.
I'm not evil. He's the evil one.
So Kain, in true Cannonball fashion, runs up and swings his dwarven axe in a mighty thrust at the creature, and the creature just like Matrix moves out of the way of the axe, never taking its eyes off of Jesse floating in the air.
Yep. I'm a distraction.
Can save that. Can's doing
And
good
IO
work.
2 hit points back.
Well. Alright, well, I'm going to help Can out, not leave him. Right. So I am going to use my move action to run up to the dude, and then I will attack using my maneuver Death from Above.
I'm gonna attack the darkness.
So, in true IO fashion, IO runs and jumps up into the air to attack, and as he's moving, as his quick action, he's switching stances into Child of Shadow, which is a combat stance that as long as he moves 10 feet, he has concealment because of shadow, so he has like a 20% miss chance if someone successfully attacks him. But for Death from Above, he has to make a jump check equal to the target's armor class, so his AC. And if the jump check succeeds, then he's considered flat-footed against my attack. Attack deals extra damage, so making the jump check.
DC 29. Oh shit.
I wasn't even in my jumping stance. Okay, so now he's considered flat-footed.
Baby
He's
seal.
gonna do that in like
Is it
Combat.
bedtime?
modifier. Actually, no. Okay, now that I think I see, I gotta make a regular attack too. That was just for the skill. So. Using this.
Go for it.
Okay, I gotta make it a melee as well. Yeah, I guess it doesn't really say, but it says you can make a single melee attack, so I only gotta hit him. In addition to the jump check.
Roll damage.
Okay, he's considered flat-footed. Yeah, because I think I gotta make an attack roll before I can. But he's considered flat-footed against the attack. Oh, I can do that in the modifier, right? It's like flat-footed.
Yeah, I think you just hit the flat-footed, then roll on him.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if I guess I wrote it on him, but I mean, it's he's flat-footed, so I guess he doesn't use his dexterity for his AC, so whatever that is.
25. So 29 minus 4. Plus 4 to Dex. So 25. Flat-footed.
And I do not hit it, I got a 24. Okay, it's... Okay, if it fails... It says that if the jump check fails, you can land it into two edges. It doesn't say anything about the attack roll failing, so maybe I don't have to make an attack roll. I don't know. It's up to you. I can copy and paste the text, and you can figure it out. I'm not sure.
So what'd you do?
Well, I'm trying to figure out if it is, because it doesn't say anything about failing the attack roll, so maybe you don't have to make an attack roll to do damage. The wording's kind of unclear. It just says if your jump check fails, but it doesn't say anything about your attack roll failing.
Okay,
So,
roll damage.
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
Damage, and then was the jump check succeeding? It's an extra 4 die 6. And how do you add dice to the thing stuff?
Right click.
Good, 2, 5, 6. Okay, so that 27.
27 total?
Yes.
Okay.
And then I can land anywhere adjacent to him as long as it's within 20 feet. So I will kind of go into the woods and land over here.
Okay.
Sorry it took so long. I just had to use that one before. There's a lot of text to read.
So
Oh, I
hit
know
him-
how you feel. That's why sometimes it takes me a little while to.
Yeah.
So you hit him with your spear and jump next to him, and he like the creature just like slopes its shoulders down, and its eyes never leave Jesse, and it's like this could have been easy.
Yeah, my pitiful damage is nothing compared to the 86 that you get. This is going to take a while.
I'm so scared right now. Baby Sif's in control of the world. That's it, buddy. That's right. You're tanking. You tell Daddy to move over.
Things are gonna happen on Sif's screen, maybe?
Maybe. Alright, what does Chris do?
Well, guess I'm just gonna have to try again. Let me.
He made every screen go away on my computer.
I still have some PowerPoints. I'm gonna have to nap after this. Let's see. I'm gonna go with gonna use Mind Thrust again since that one's hits pretty hard, and apparently we've got a lot of damage to do. So I'm gonna do another 12 power points, and so that's gonna be another. That was 24 DC.
Nope, failed.
Alrighty. Well, here we go again.
Come on, big numbers. No whammies. You get dinner? Yeah.
I sent you a big bucket text regarding that maneuver I used. I'm pretty sure
Oh.
it's just,
Only 70 this time.
but could be sure.
All right. So again, the creature flies out of the air and lands like 5 feet back, directly on its back, and just kind of laying there as you can see blood pouring out of his nose. And he begins to like stand up slowly. And at this point, he's like standing right next to Io. Do you move, Chris, before he goes?
Yeah, I'm gonna. I'm gonna go kind of right here, but I'm still in like tree line. I'm not like. No, not right there. I'm gonna go over here. Just to kind of circle a little bit, but not pass by him in any ways. Like I'm like totally facing, but kind of spinning around a little bit.
Okay. Bob and weave.
Serpentine.
Oh, we lost Sif. Baby Sif.
No! How will we defeat the evil
Right?
devil being?
So the creature stands up, and he takes a free 5-foot step, like completely ignoring that like Kane's sitting there with his axe at the ready. Just like stands up and takes a 5-foot step near where Jesse's floating and just looks at her and says, "So all of your friends have chosen to side with the darkness."
No, all of us have decided to protect our friend. I'm not siding with the whole movement. I'm protecting my one friend. Well, then I looked at Kay and I'm like, "You're my friend too." DK and missed that one.
No.
Whoa.
Oh, I can't believe I'm out of
Baby
cigarettes.
Sif demands attention.
Yeah.
If only you lived in a metropolis area where things were open 24/7 and you could. Oh wait.
I know, right? Hey, so the creature like just took that 5-foot step towards Jesse, and Jesse says, "I protect my friends." Okay, you're my friend too. And the creature just stares Jesse down, and he's like, "Let's see who you can protect." Kane, make a grapple check.
Keen, strong.
All right. So the creature reaches out and grabs Kayan by the throat. And the next thing you see is the creature's wings flap as he flies 120 feet directly into the air, holding Kayan by the throat.
Oh, jeez.
At the end of his move, he's flying 120 feet above the party, literally holding Kayan like eye to eye by the throat. And you just hear him yell down, "Can he survive this fall?"
Oh, jeez. That's gonna be a big cannonball. A really big cannonball.
God, as soon as I'm able, I'm gonna try to catch him as much as I can.
Just fall slowly, Dan. We can catch you.
Where's a mage when we need it? Cast slow fall.
Actually, who's got the feather fall ring?
I do.
See, see. This is why I say every time you always need a mage around.
Right? So as he says this, he lets go, and it's Kane's turn as he's falling to the ground from 120 feet up in the air.
Wait, wind resistant. Slow down.
Does Kane have any magical slow falls or potions of flying or anything like that?
Is the cart filled with hay? Maybe he falls into the.
Oh, we've got muted Sif.
Muted Sif.
Baby Sif has this.
Finds a nice soft tree to land in.
Bob and weave.
The suspense. Can fall silent. Baby Sif has sabotaged communications.
Take a feather from him and see if he can fly.
That's a good idea. That's like the best idea Can probably come up with.
Listen, Jesse grappled him. That 20'd his ass into the ground.
So you said I was already falling, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So this is what he was planning on doing to me before?
Take a swing with the axe and see if you can embed it in his chest and maybe just hang out there.
Shit.
You're falling anyway.
Oh, well, it'll still be
Assuming
Kane's
I'm
turn.
already out of his reach.
Yeah, it'll still be Kane's turn. Kane, just rolled 10d6.
Okay.
No, fall slower, Can.
I bet Kane survives. Kane does survive.
Wow.
Can leaves a giant can-sized crater in the ground.
Yep, let's get another one of these.
It's like one of those moments where the whole like initiative sucks because I would love to be able to at least try to like grab him to slow a fall rather than just standing there like going.
No, the
That's high.
Try to catch Can if I could.
Alright, well, Sif comes back. Io, what do you do? So Kane has just plummeted to the ground at terminal velocity and left a 5-foot crater of cannonball as he's contorted, and you can swear you hear something snap.
Poor Can, he's my friend. How dare he drop my friend from that high? Can's not meant to.
Cans don't fly.
That's not the type of cannonball he is.
Is the angel dude still 120 feet in the air?
120 feet straight up.
I don't think he can jump that quite that high.
Do what?
Said I don't think he can jump quite that high.
I mean, there's actually rules for that. The DC would just be like super epic.
Yeah, I mean, I can't even shadow jump that high because it's 50 feet. So it's like no way I can reach him at the moment. So I will run over to Kim and cast Cure Light Wounds. Because that's the best I can do. Actually, no. Do I have a potion? I got a Cure Moderate Wounds potion. I'm going to use that.
That one might be better.
Yeah. Instead of using my awesomely divine power to cure his bumps and bruises, I will cure something more substantial.
2d8 plus 5.
2d8 plus 5. Which one is it? It's the fourth one. That's the D8.
Third one. Third one
Third
from the
one.
right.
Okay, yeah, third one. It's 2. 2d8.
Yep. 2d8 plus 5.
Big roll.
10.
10.
He's not
Not
so
big
much
rolls.
dead. Okay.
Yeah. He heals for 10. He's less hurt.
He's less broken.
Yeah.
What does Chris do?
He means
Besides be muted.
Damn it. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
yes.
Okay. Okay, I heard a yes and a no.
We can hear you. Yeah.
Okay. Well, because I have to be closer to him, and I can fly that fucking high. So
She can
I fly up, and so I'm about like 20 feet away from him, like eye to eye, and I look down and I'm like, looks like he's okay. Let's see if you are. And
Oh jeez.
you know what? Let's go for the hell of it. Let's just do another 12. So that's gonna be another 24.
That one he actually makes. Natural 18.
Damn!
17. Natural 17.
Oh jeez.
Damn it.
Holy shit. You would have had him.
God, I know!
So you like mind thrust and he shakes it off this time and he's like, your turn. I'm guessing that you can't fly without that ring on your finger.
Oh jeez.
Okay, now I'm gonna die.
I'll catch you. Just fall slow.
Don't.
Chester survives a TPK. So, oh shit. He says, how about since it's a battle of will versus will, why don't we exchange wills? And he snaps his finger. Make a will save. DC 23.
Oh jeez.
Okay. Hold on. Hold, please. I had to get to the right page. Where's my will save?
He snaps his
What'd you say the
fingers.
DC
and
was?
DC 23.
No!
Damn it!
That looks like a 23 to
So
me.
fucking close! God, I'm gonna die.
Yeah, he snapped his fingers and he just says, don't move, as the words carry the weight of a hold person spell. And you suddenly plummet.
He told her not to move. Why is she plummeting? He's
gonna
over
point.
the air. Just fall slowly. It's my turn. You know.
It's Kane's turn. We'll give him top of a niche.
It's Can's turn.
So now it's Io's turn. So Chris is still like, she's not falling because she was flying. She still has like mental control over her ability. She's in a hold person.
I'm a what?
He casts a spell hold person.
Oh, hold person. So I'm just like.
You're just floating there, frozen in air. Not able
Okay.
to do anything, not able to move.
Okay, so
So
I'm
she's not falling.
Nope.
Yeah.
So you'll get one more will save to try and beat him, to beat the hold. Otherwise, he's literally going to grab you and just do the whole, like, drive you into the ground from 120 feet up in the air. But before that, what does Io do?
First I kind of like yell at the angel dude and kind of like taunt him, like, why don't you fight fair and square on the ground instead of being a big old chicken? And then I do the only thing I can't do and cast a Cure Minor Wounds potion on Cam. And I make up for all the times that he pours potions down my throat. I will do the same for Cam.
Facts.
So it's +5 and Cure. Hopefully this is better. Not it's a little better by 1. It's 11. These rolls though. So it gets healed. Then
Will save.
Or me?
Help.
Did you say yep?
Yep, that's you.
Okay.
DC 23. 16 or better.
Come on.
Twice in a row.
I think the program
By 1 twice in a row.
terrible. Why?
Okay, praying for a low damage roll. Praying.
Just fall slow. Like, I'll catch you.
You don't understand. I can't do that shit.
Put your arms out like this.
The creature slowly flaps its wings over to Jessie and looks her straight in the eyes and say, I don't think you're going to survive this. As he reaches out and grabs a hold of her shoulders and flies directly down, straight down into the ground. Look at this. We're creating another crater. Hold on. There's craters everywhere.
Oh,
Hey, just
I
wait.
do have catfall. Might help me a little bit.
Let's see. What does that do?
It is, you recover instantly from a fall and can absorb some damage from falling. You land on your feet no matter how far you fall, and you take damage as if the fall were 10 feet shorter than it actually is. So I'm just seeing if this could save me a little bit. This power affects you and anything you carry or hold up to your maximum load. You can manifest this power with an instant thought quickly enough to gain the benefit of the power while you fall. Manifesting the power is an immediate action, like manifesting a quickened power. It counts towards the normal limit of 1 quickened power per round. You can manifest this power even when it isn't your turn.
Shit. So
You're welcome.
He's got you grappled and he's dragging you down.
Oh, I didn't even see you type that.
Oh.
And right before he, like, shoves your shoulders into the ground, like, even through the hold person spell, your character, like, backflips and you land in a crouching position. Although it still creates a nice 5-foot divot in the ground as you land, you take 1 die less. So that means you take 9 die 6 points of damage instead of 10 die 6.
All right, well, I'm still probably going to die.
Roll 1.
Roll low.
So, how many? You said 9?
9d6. 9 die
Okay.
6.
You have more HP than
Okay.
Cam.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Whew!
Shit.
Totally
I'll
fine.
take that! Oh! Look at all those ones and twos.
Jesus. She's not meant to live, but she's not meant to die.
It's okay. I might be running out of cure moderate wounds potions, but he still has his
It's
cure
Kane's
light.
turn, so it's Io's turn.
And he's still 120 feet in the air.
No.
So, oh, he's down.
So Chris is like Power Rangers, like fell, like he was like going to slam Chris into the ground, and at the last second, she backflips and lands like Power Ranger style, like hands touching down, kneeling, but she's still in a hold person, so she's just not moving. There's this 5-foot crater and dust flying up all around her, but she's still standing, and the creature like stands up and is looking down at her right now, and is like standing over her.
Nice. Okay, so since I've had a few rounds to standard action without using my maneuvers, I can reuse Death from Above. So I will move around the Kayan crater and attack the Angel Cube using Death from Above, so I make a jump check. Equal to his AC.
DC 29 for Ios.
Jump good, Io, jump good. Jump, jump, jump.
Shit. Okay, roll damage.
Put in all your points into jump. It's okay, so it's regular damage plus 4 dice. And that is 30. 30 total. 30 points of damage.
Yep, got it. So you drive the spear into him, and he kind of like bends over as you land, and he looks to you, and he turns back to you, and he says, "I'll deal with you next. You were the reason why I came here. Your friends seem not to get the hint."
Like, stop messing with my friends, you big meanie. Pants person. I'm not the most charismatic either.
Okay, it's Chris's turn.
Okay.
So
No. I need to figure out positioning here. I'm obviously on the ground.
well, no, you're on your like hand and knee, like Power Ranger style
Yeah.
landing, and
Yeah.
you're still in a hold person, so you have to roll the will save to break out of it.
Oh, yeah.
Otherwise,
Okay, come on.
he
Come
just gets
on,
the-
will save.
Do it!
Oh,
Yeah, no.
I wish I had something that would help, like, boost allies' will.
I mean, at least right now I'm not 120 feet in the air.
That is a plus. Can come back. I've been throwing healing potions on you, Can.
Thank you, buddy.
Because that's all I could do. Just I didn't really roll very well, but it's a thought that counts.
That is all that matters. You thought
Did
of
you
me.
did Io just say I didn't roll very good?
Hey, I've been doing pretty decent on my attack, just not healing.
Hey, Sif,
My shadow
I
priest
didn't
should
die.
There you go.
Were you there for my fall?
I was. I heard it.
Oh, you heard it?
I
Okay.
heard it.
so the creature turns away from Chris, and as he turns away, he snaps his fingers, and he looks at Io right in the face. So in the crater that Chris is in, there's a dome that appears around her, and it's just a dome of swirling blades, otherwise known as blade barrier. So she's encased in this dome of just spinning blades. And
You know,
the creature,
that doesn't sound safe.
the creature looks at Io and he says, "One friend's broken," pointing to Kayan laying there like.
Totally fine. He's fine.
One friend would like to step up to the plate, but mortals can't beat angels. And now it's time for the darkness. Who wins, the light or the darkness?
Is that even a question? I mean, come on.
Kane's turn. As he's staring Io down.
Are me and Jessica in 2 tiny little craters?
Yeah.
Are we in neighboring craters?
Yes, you are.
I am going to. Is this the like? Have I recovered myself? Like stood up?
No, you've just been laying there as Io poured 2 potions down your throat.
How much damage did I take when I fell? Oh, 37.
You should have only
Yeah,
16 damage
yeah.
now.
Okay. All right. I will crawl to the edge of like my pit, where I'm assuming I saw Jessica fly from the air as well
Yeah.
and hit next to me. I'm gonna crawl here and then slam down one of my healing bombs. So whatever.
There's a like sphere of spinning blades around her.
Well, I'm gonna slam it at. I'm like slamming it at my hand,
Okay.
like at me, and then I'm within radius of help.
Okay. Roll healing.
Yeah, it'll be whatever this damage is, but in healing.
So 14 back to both you and Chris. Nice.
Oh.
And then I'm done.
Okay, 23 minus 14 is 9.
What does Io do?
What does Io do with these? Well, since Kanan and them had the healing thing going, I'm still staring down the angel in the battle versus the darkness and light, so I can't use Death from Above because that's intended. So I will attack and use Insightful Strike, which I make a melee attack as normal. If it hits, I use Concentration instead. My weapon damage. So
Oh shit. Alright, 29. Can you hit it?
probably not without jumping. I mean, if I jump, definitely hit. I think my basic is hit a 29, but we'll see. Nope.
That's a negative, Ghost Rider. Chris's turn.
So another will save?
Yeah, if you want to try and move.
Yeah, I do. Fucking will.
Jeez.
So
Why are you failing me?
I could just hear her like yelling through her like non-moving lips at this thing. So you see the creature stare you directly in the eyes, Io, and he just walks up to you, and he balls his fist, and he says, he starts murmuring words under his breath, and he says, "In the name of the true divine, I smite you," and you see his
Oh, jeez.
hand come on flames, and he just like the fist comes right at your face, and his fist looks like a flaming ball of unhappiness.
This doesn't sound very appealing.
Make a will save DC 20 as he's striking you with a holy smite.
Okay, then activate defensive maneuver. Lets me use concentration as opposed to will for my work skill.
Shit.
So I will activate that defensive maneuver and roll concentration, which hopefully will. Oh, because I always roll sucks, but it's concentration.
So the flaming ball of smite comes at you, and you matrix move out of the way, and like the tendrils of shadows wisp back at this angel as literally the light and darkness is separated. And it's Kane's turn.
I'm gonna actually stand up, ready my axe, and like stand right here. Because standing is not gonna let me, like, I can't attack him, right?
Oh, you could run at him.
Oh, cool. I'm a swing, because his back's facing me.
Yep, so +2.
Yay! +2 to a 1 ain't that good, though. Oh, shit.
What'd I say? 22 for you guys and 29
Yep.
for Io?
22! Close enough.
Totally close enough.
Closer than I would have been. And I
Okay.
will pass him my turn.
I am running out of things to do, but I will do this.
And me too.
As a quick action, I will use Cloak of Deception, which allows me to turn invisible for the round. And according to the SRD, if you're an invisible creature gains +2 to attack rolls against enemies. So I'm going to make a standard attack at +2 since I'm invisible. And I will try to
Poof!
spear, and then since I'm using a standard attack, my maneuvers will be refreshed. So I will attack at +2. Hopefully that will help. Well, it's a lot. Go, go, go. And no, because it's 29, but that would have.
So
Why can't I have that?
right?
Well,
Chris,
it
will
wasn't-
save. Chris,
Yeah.
will save.
Well, there's like a thing you can do to buff
Come on.
allies attack, but
Do
since
some
I go
save
first,
of the will.
Shit, that looked like a 19 on mine.
Yeah, it did
Well,
for a
let's-
second.
I say it's a 19. Definitely.
The creature moves 5 foot step closer to Io again, and he just looks at. He's just staring at you, Io, and he's staring
I can
down because
understand.
he's taller than Io, and he's like, how many tricks are left, Shadeling?
I can do the same bag of tricks all day long. Just let's get this on.
He says with pleasure, and you see him reach up, and as he brings his hands down on top of you, a hammer materializes
Oh, jeez.
inside of his hands, and it glows red with some kind of fiery holy light.
That's not fair. That doesn't sound illegal.
Nope, it's ridiculous.
Good.
Io takes 16 points of damage, and you are stunned for. Go ahead and roll 1d6.
Stunned and dead.
Yeah, you took damage, and you're stunned for 1d6 rounds. For 3 rounds.
Very round. Awesome.
And it's Kane's turn.
What a jerk. He realizes some
Is he still not facing me?
No.
Fling away!
Get him from behind, Can.
I am hitting him from behind.
Good.
I'm trying to clip them wings, buddy.
22, do it.
He
You realize,
just
like, asking me
leveled
to do
Io.
like roll a 22 is like a nat 20, right?
Ask
Really?
him for a canned miracle.
See? See? Let's drop this shit down. Your turn, buddy.
I'm stunned, so.
Good, skip it.
Yeah.
So 2 more rounds. It's Chris's turn. Oh shit!
Yes!
Yes, by 1.
All right,
Exactly
so you can
needed.
act. If you leave your current cage, you're going to take damage. There's a globe of spinning blades all the way around you, but you can finally move again.
All right. But I can at least move to this side of the spinning globe. So I am within 25 feet.
Oh yeah, easily.
All right. I'm going to make a last try with this spell, but I'm going to only do 10.
No.
Power points.
Use all the things. Light him.
Okay, no, I'll do 11, but that's still only a 23 on the save.
Yeah, fails miserably.
Sweet.
Should've
All right,
used
so
all
that's
the
gonna
things.
be 12. Die 10.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, come on, hit 120.
Okay.
Let's see it.
see.
I gave him a cold.
Yeah, Can was a distraction.
You know what? If at the end of this session, that needs to be the name of this session. I gave him a cold.
Just like the
saying.
bear, I did so much work. I'm about to roast this asshole. Once we're done with him, I'm gonna cook him.
I'm just making sure I'm rolling the right amount.
Holy shit.
Okay, he's totally dead. No, he's already in the red. Totally.
Come on. Please be dead.
He looks
Oh!
dead. He looks dead to me.
He is dead. He is vanquished.
What he gets.
So, in the series of things, like, Kane's taking a swing at him and just, like, fans him and it brushes off of him. And he raises his hands up into the air and he drops this flaming hammer of holy righteousness on top of Io's head, which just makes contact directly with, like, Io's chest and knocks Io flat to his back. And shade tentacles are, like, trying to lapse around him, and Io just, like, is dazed and can't move, laying there helplessly on his back. And then suddenly, the creature just goes flying and hits the tree directly in front of him and is laying helplessly. He's not dead, but he is far unconscious. So the wings are just, he's laying motionless, face down in the dirt. And Io is on his back, staring up at the sky.
I could have taken him. Go team.
We still on initiative? I'm gonna go
No.
carve off a wing.
Cure him alive.
You think I'm joking? So this
No,
dude's
no.
face down on the ground, right?
Yeah, but he's not dead.
I don't.
Finish him. Finish him, Can.
Yeah. So here's how I'm thinking I'm gonna hit him. Okay. I want to chop off one of the wings, but I also want to basically just drive the axe right through his ribs into his, like, heart.
Holy fuck. It's a coup de grace, so it's an auto crit. So, because he's defenseless and unconscious, if you choose to, like, end him, just
I choose.
hit the plus minus modifier on the top right of your screen, hit the critical button,
Yep.
and then go to your weapon damage and roll it on top of him.
Do it.
Shit. Crack.
Yeah.
So you literally hear crack as Kane's axe goes through the rib cage, and you see a splurt of gold fluid fly out of the creature, and you see white mist come off of the back of the creature and float into the sky, and even what's his face, Jester, 3.5 miles away, hears thunder. Multiple shades of rolling thunder and crackling of lightning randomly go off in an almost completely clear sky. As Kain has just put the final blow and killed an angel.
I knew Cain.
You said gold fluid is coming out of him. I want some of it.
Yes, make potions from angel blood.
Yeah. Potions from angel blood and also harvesting one of the wings and putting it in my backpack.
I don't think I've ever been prouder of Cain.
I don't think Kane's ever been prouder than Kane.
This is amazing.
He dead.
I'm trying to explain how you can come back if you're like not quite too far under zero.
You're unconscious.
Unconscious. That's the. I couldn't think of the word. It's too late.
Unconscious.
I'm too excited that I kicked its ass.
Totally kicked its ass.
And now we need to find a place to rest because Jesse's tired.
That's fine.
I need some 8 hours of sleep here.
I got all the water you could drink.
I need to like lay down and sleep.
Fine.
I can totally create water for you.
I don't need you to create water for me.
But I can.
I got a bag of infinite water.
You know what? Hey, you know what? Io sounds like me asking people if I can make portals. But I can't! Let me make a portal, please!
I can also totally bless the water, too.
Holy shit, though. How much health did he have?
176.
Holy shit! It's like a fucking raid boss there for us.
I would have taken us a long time, but Jessica has the nuclear bomb option.
Yeah, but it's basically like if we're fighting like a bunch of them. I mean, I better, like I love my PowerPoints, but that's why I'm like I need to sleep because otherwise all I'm doing is using my crossbow for a while.
Yeah, I mean, you can nuke one strong guy, but I guess a lot of weak guys would be pretty bad.
I mean, I was gonna say, in all fairness, you killed him twice by yourself. You didn't even need the party. You did it twice because he healed himself.
Yeah. And I managed not to fall completely.
Full fucking heal.
Yeah, Chad, I did not see you put that. I just all of a sudden remembered I had catfall because I hadn't really needed to use it.
Oh, right.
But I was glad I picked that up. But yeah.
I think I suggested it though when you were picking spells.
Possibly. Yeah, because you helped me out in creating, because I was trying to figure out the character. Hey, this was Rakana's favorite session by far.
That was a fun session.
I had a lot of fun, but that's because I actually got to really kick some ass.
Yeah, it is very true. That was you did 76, and then what was the first one? Was 80 something. I was 86,
Yeah.
And then you had 70, and
Then 76.
yeah, 76. That's crazy.
But the question is, they have to if they're able to beat the will save.
Yeah, Yeah, but
Because
I mean,
some of the people we come across have fucking high will saves. Remember that one that almost instantly killed me? That
Yeah,
that I
okay,
basically would have
well.
reflected back and would have like instantly killed me, but I luckily was able to save
Nat
against
20.
that. Oh my
you
god.
would have nuked yourself. That would have been
Oh my god, that would
bad
have
way to
been
go.
bad. Yeah.
You would have
I
died.
almost one shot myself. See, that's the
Yeah.
dangerous thing. It's like it's like trying to be like, I'm gonna throw this guy in the fire, but then you completely miss and throw yourself in the fire.
Well, hopefully not too many people have like reflecting abilities, because that would be bad. Be a bad thing.
He got a nat 20 is what happened on the will save.
Oh, he did?
That
No,
one that,
no, you-
the one that
Oh
bounced.
yeah. Oh yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Let me
Whiteboard
see.
is up.
Holy shit, that was a good boost.
Whiteboard, let's see it. Hunters of the Void.
And next time on Dungeons and Dragons. Thanks for joining us.
Battle with that?
I think that's